Indonesia and Palestine make their way back onto the pitch for the second half. A Group A clash at the Asian Games, at the moment 1-1. And the winner of this match will move to the top of the group. Palestine, who currently lead by 4 points, or did at least before the start of the day. Hong Kong, China have since taken a win. They have 6 points at the top of Group A. And, well, tonight it's been a strange old game. Different waves of pressure. Palestine, strongest team for the first 15 minutes in the lead thanks to a fortuitous penalty. And then Indonesia straight back at them for the following 10 minutes and then seemed to disappear from the match.
It really was an up and down first half. I thought that Palestine set their stall out really well to play on the counter-attack, and they did that superbly. There's me that decided to make a substitution 35 minutes. First of all, we thought it was an injury, but actually tactical. Off mine now up there. I need to try and give him a little bit more support when he's closing the back four down of Palestine.
Well, let's see if we see more of Stefano Jancha Lillipali, who hardly touched the ball in the first half, as that's Gavin Kwan. If you're just joining us, by the way, it's Palestine in the all-white jerseys and shorts, kicking from left to right. Indonesia, the home team, at this Patriot Stadium in Bekasi, just outside of the capital, Jakarta. Co-hosting the games with Palembang this year. Kicking from right to left in their red jerseys, Indonesia. Good start for them the other night with a 4-0 victory. They're defending in these opening exchanges of the second half as Palestine come forward looking for Dabah. Yadi's ball forward. So now is Hargianto. Currently playing his club football on loan in the capital in Jakarta with Persija. And that will be a home ball. As Youssef guilty of missing a brilliant chance in the first half. The crowd have been nice and loud, and you can hear them again at the start of the second half. Gavin Kwan, one of the 4 changes to the side tonight made by their Spanish coach Milla. Meantime, there's an early touch of the ball for Rami Hamada. Now a full international as well, playing against Yemen last summer for the first time in the senior Palestine team. And one of the Indonesian players down, holding his left ankle there, as they're on the attack with their substitute, Athmain. Waits for support. This is Hargianto. Hargianto gets a shot away, and well, not to forget. Says he's got a touch. Angry reaction. It all stemmed from an Indonesian player going down on the far side. This was Athmain.
Yeah, he held the ball up well. Again, just another speculative effort from distance. We've seen that so many times this tournament.
A real lack of quality, certainly in the group stage, as well, the player down. This is how it happened. It looked to be the goal scorer, Jaya. Did it happen?
Yeah, he just sort of caught him on the top of his foot. Nothing malicious there from Damon, certainly by accident.
There's been help from the field at the moment. Fizzy on the left-hand side in conversation. It's going to be the coach's reaction. Remember, they've made 1 change already. Tactical, we're pretty certain now. At least think he'd be given an opportunity to run it off. Certainly is the goal scorer. In the meantime, they've got another change being readied, and it will be Sadil Ramdhani when it happens. And they're saying, yep, Irfan Jaya, in the meantime, isn't going to be fit enough to carry on, say, the physios. They're signalling over to the bench. Whether that is a different change or not, we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, the header out by Saputra, the captain. This is now Zulfiandi for Indonesia, the number 4. Rashid, the only player to have been booked so far tonight. First 5 minutes of the second half gone. And there is Sadil Ramdhani. Substitution being prepared by the 4th official down there, who's from Korea, Kim Dae-yong. Rashid finds Abdelatif Al-Badari. Now Maraba. Here's spaces, he finds Youssef. Ball inside looking for Darber. Just unable to get it past the centre half. Palestine will come again. Once more, plenty of possession for them. It's a decent ball, and here's a real opportunity to make it 2-1, and they do. It's put home by Darwish, and Palestine retake the lead. Well, early in the second half, they've struck straight away. It was a good ball through, and a brilliant finish.
That was a brilliant ball through. Abuada delicately puts it through to Darwish. It's a great first touch from him. Gavin Kwan out of position, the fullback. Spacing behind. Emphatically puts it into that near side of the goal.
And for the second time tonight, Indonesia must come from behind. Palestine started so well in the first half, and they've repeated the trick here. Mohamed Darwish in his return to the team and the starting 11. The man who plays his club football in Germany has put home for Palestine. And that makes it Indonesia 1, Palestine 2 in Group A. Now, just as Indonesia were thinking about having to make a change down to 10 men, they suddenly find themselves behind it. Well, not the start that the home side would have wanted coming after half-time, and if Luis Milla was a busy man on the touchline, he certainly will be now. And Zulfiandi. Two chaotic starts to both halves that have put the home team on the back foot. The two teams, they do have the history here, but it's been a long, long time since they were a major footballing force in the region, Indonesia. Not since the 1980s have they finished in the top 4. A challenge that's been picked on by the referee, and it's going to be yellow card. Youssef, who has it flashed in his direction. Not one of those players who is in danger of missing the next match.
No complaints there. Could have been a lot worse. To see him roll his ankle.
It's Nugroho, the player he took down.
Just watch his left ankle there. Could have been a lot worse, and he seems in a bit of pain at the moment.
Palestine ahead. Disciplinary front, they've got quite a few players in the book, certainly compared to other teams in the tournament. They have one player on the bench who's on a booking, Umar Al-Sharif. 2 players booked tonight. Youssef is one of them. Of course, Rashid the other, and remember Al-Badari carrying that booking for the first match as well. It's a long group stage for those in this particular group. So confirmation that Irfan Jaya can't continue. And he has been replaced by the number 17, Sadil Ramdhani. Second change of the night for Indonesia, and they'll be hoping they don't have to make another here, because Nugroho seems in quite some pain.
It looks a bad one. Seems to have got his studs caught in the ground.
It's been a busy start to the second half for the Indonesian physio. There's the goal scorer, by the way, Mohamed Darwish. And this is the goal. Lovely ball forward by Abuada. There's the finish.
Yeah, I mean, with the man down as well. Gavin Kwan was just far too far forward. Especially with 10 men, he just try and keep that solid base, but take nothing away from the finish.
This is a sight we didn't want to see. Bagas Adi Nugroho being strapped into the stretcher, and it looks as though he's about to be replaced by Rizaldi Ehanusa. Ehanusa, defender, wearing number 7. And it's a like-for-like swap. And that's 3 out of 3 substitutions used for Indonesia. Still with 35 minutes to play. Any more tactical options that wanted to be used by Luis Milla out of the window. Has to go with what he's got now. And here come Indonesia trying to get themselves back on level terms again. This is Haryadi. Here's the fullback who's just come on. Hanusa. This ball is long, but it will be an Indonesian throw.
Similar to the first half, Indonesia not really come out, have they? Not really played in any good areas. Depay just really anonymous again in that number 10 role.
Ball put into the centre. Here's Zulfiandi. Once more, they're really struggling to get their playmaker Lili Pali on the ball. He was waiting for it in the centre. Chance for Palestine to come away with Abu Warda. It's his ball for Dabah. But Dabah with quite a clear push there. Well, not to have taken in there for Indonesia and their supporters in the first 10 minutes of the second half. They lost a goal and they've lost 2 players to injury. How do they react here? We'll know a lot more about their character in the next 35 minutes or so. Palestine attempt to bring the ball forward again. I suppose the good thing for both sides here is that they had good starts, positive results in their first few matches, so there might be disappointment tonight if they end up on the losing side, but no panic.
No, not at all. I still think that they are stronger than Hong Kong. Even though they had a good result today against Chinese Taipei, but
Hanusa, the substitute, finds Haryadi. This now is Hargianto into the centre for Zulfiandi. Puts it wide to Gavin Kwan. Here is Kwan again. And in the meantime, Open has to put the ball out. That's Katmish who's down.
nothing in the rule book to say you've got to kick it out.
You heard the cries of out, 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 and they were heeded.
There's a bit of strapping on his leg, isn't there? Whether or not he's just tweaked something again.
That's when he tried to get up after that challenge. He felt the issue. And of course, Palestine still with their 3 changes to make. Just over half an hour to go, and they have the lead. They won't be worried about the clock ticking by. There's their coach, Ayman Sanduka, and they're about to make their first change. It looks as though it's going to be Youssef Al-Ashab, another defender wearing number 14. Wasn't in the starting 11 for their last match. In fact, they kept the same defensive line bar Al Sharif. He was replaced by Farawi for this match. We'll wait to see that change confirmed. Headed away. A bit of space to be picked up on there though. And it was number 17, the substitute, start of the second half, Ramdani, who was trying to take advantage of it. Palestine again. Stop-start beginning the first quarter of an hour of the second half. Argianto for Indonesia. It's won by Rashid. All over the place for Palestine. I say that in a positive sense. It's been everywhere. That was Darwish wanting a foul and not getting one. Indonesia now with Ehanusa. They'll have a throw. And while it looks as though the problem is more permanent, we might have thought for Katniss, I think he's now going to leave the field. We'll have that substitution we talked about. It will be Yusuf Al-Ashab. The referee encouraging him to leave the field as quickly as possible. I think with the scoreline at 2-1, he'll have a job doing that. Played his part in the first half. Plenty of touches of the ball up and down that left-hand side. For the final half an hour, he will be replaced by the 23-year-old Yusuf Al-Ashab. Looking out for him, he's wearing the number 14. There's Afmain for Indonesia. His ball in the centre is clear. Gavin Kwan wide. Finds Ramdani, the substitute. Zulfiandi. Ariyadi. The referee says no foul. That's a foul.
Inconsistent with his decisions, isn't he, tonight with the referee, especially with the penalty. I think Rashid's yellow card early on wasn't a yellow card, he won the ball.
When he came out for the second half, you could see him protesting with the fourth official still about that one. He knows that it could be important down the line. Ball given away by Palestinian number 7, Abu Warda. Hadi Yasser, the goalkeeper. Indonesia will build again. This time looking for something positive. Barring that 10-minute spell in the first half, we really haven't seen the best of Indonesia tonight.
No, they've not really come out the second half, have they? In any way, it just doesn't seem to. No, the substitution that he made towards the last 10 minutes, it kind of worked, but second half they've just not had enough of the ball.
He will be the happier of the two coaches. Ayman Sanduka. Of course, Palestine strong and tough to break down. West Asian and Middle Eastern style of football, traditionally a little more physical than that we see in this part of the world. Darwish, the goal scorer. Yusuf on the far side wearing number 10. Ball looking for him, but the goalkeeper is out to claim easily. Dabach is the man trying to prevent him getting the ball away, much to the displeasure of the crowd. It's well won by Farawi. It's now is Maraba. Out wide to Darwish. Looking for support. Finds Rashid. Rashid thinks about it. Will have the shot in the end, but it's straight out for the defender. It's Farawi.
I've lost count now how many shots I've seen from that distance from all different countries. I know they're young, but I'm not that young known to shoot from that range.
These are the cream of the crop of each of Asia's future football stars. Many already playing at top clubs in their various different leagues, and in Palestine's place, they've got quite a few players who are playing abroad as well. In the meantime, it Looks as though they're ready to make another substitution. Bernardo, the captain, out to the right. Here's Saputra. I'm on the ball to find Hehanusa. Ball's given away here to Yusuf. Dabach to the right side. Yusuf in turn wastes the ball. They'll have another chance though. 3 against 3 now. Yusuf through the middle. Dabach, there's going to be a foul and a free kick to Palestine. Maraba, who's gone down.
Good patient build up. A lot of space now in the midfield. Loads of gaps appearing now for Palestine to capitalise on. Certain free kick. Just this range now. Is it a tiny bit too close to the 18-yard box to get it up and over the wall?
They'll be having to put the goalkeeper under pressure, I'm certain of that. In fact, they're queuing up to take it here. Yusuf wants a piece. He's got his hand on the ball right now. Abu Warda is there as well, the number 7. Rashid is hanging about. Maraba was there, but he's disappeared off into the box. Abu Warda would be the left-footed option.
Yeah, he certainly looks possible favourite. Just looking on the outside of the ball at Zulfalandi, the number 4. He's not the tallest, so maybe you could go that side of the wall, up and around him.
Captain's up to have a chat, Al-Badari. Of course, talking about young players, he is the experienced man, 34 years of age. One of the 3 overage players you're allowed in each squad. Abu Warda, left foot. If it's the right foot, it's Darwish. It is Darwish to hit it. Straight off out of the ball. Dabach picks up. Here's Rashid now for Palestine, who's lost the ball. Lily Pally tries to pick it up. And Palestine will come forward again. Still have bodies up there, still have numbers up there. Look to win those second balls and they've got it back. Abu Warda now. Rashid. There's Farawi. Now Yusuf. Looks inside and finds support as Darwish goes down, but there's nothing doing.
They're doing really well. When they get into that area out wide, they're not really crossing it into the area because there is loads of Indonesian players back into that 18-yard, but the cutback's on every single time, especially to Darwish. Holding his run brilliantly at the edge of the box. Just seem a little bit tired, Indonesia. Not pressing as a team. Not really clicking the team at the moment.
Haven't really been in the game in the second half at all. We've seen them win the ball in the Palestinian half. We're just about halfway through the second half. It is Indonesia 1, Palestine 2. It's an effort to challenge for the ball from the first substitute we saw in the first half, Athmain. And he's won a corner. Time for that substitution we saw being prepared a moment ago. And it's going to be Shahab Kumbor. Came off the bench to score Palestine's first goal versus Laos. It's the equaliser that set up the late comeback, and he's about to replace Mohamed Darwish, who's scored the goal that separates the teams tonight. This was it.
That was a decent finish from him. Took it really well.
Shahab Kumbor, who celebrated his 21st birthday last weekend, is an attacker, but he's got defending to do straight away. It's the Indonesian corner. Failed to get past the first man. Chance to get in the box and put the low ball in. And it's an interception that was needed from Al-Badari.
Yeah, great defender. Horrible one for a defender to deal with. Facing towards your own goal. Just need a period of play now, Indonesia, to keep Palestine under pressure by keeping the ball slightly better.
And a well won by the substitute. Play forward towards Mai. hacked away in the meantime. Looking for Dabach. Certainly can't fault his work rate tonight, he's chased everything. Now has a bit of help with Shabab Kumbo.
Yeah, Dabamega on the right hand side and Kumbo about finding time. Just an extra man in midfield.
Here's Abu Warda, finds Rashid. Farawi forced to go in circles, still finds his man up the goal down. This is the substitute, Kumbo. Now Dabach. Holding the ball up without any real problem, although the final product there was poor. Indonesia now can try and come away with the ball. Off Main. Waiting for support and finally finding it through Haryadi. "20 minutes to go. Indonesia need to find something from somewhere. As it stands, Palestine will be going top of Group A. They have played one game more than Indonesia. Indonesia who still have to play Hong Kong. Allow the team that's bottom of the group. Also lost their first opening 2 matches. Corner to Indonesia. Haryadi is to leave it for Hargianto. Lily Pally into the box. Almost anonymous in most parts of this match so far. All looking for him. Well, I'm not sure who that was to.
I think that really sums up their second half. Haryadi. You're right, the main player we were picking out to start with, Lillipali, hasn't been in the game at all.
He plays his football in Indonesia now after starting off, he said at the start of the night, with several teams in his native Netherlands. Plays for Bali United at the minute though. The team of Indonesia played in their final warm-up match before this tournament. Hanusa, the substitute fullback. Hargianto has dropped deep for the ball. Now Ramdhani. Saputra finds Hargianto. Silly ball given away once more. The story of many passages of play we've seen in this group stage in the opening matches. Ramdhani now for Indonesia, trying to produce something positive. Main. Nicely taken down by Haryadi. Haryadi is cutting inside, looking for help. This is Lily Pally, finally on the ball. And Indonesia will have a free kick. Farawi with the infringement.
Yeah, not the best foul to give away, a bit sloppy. So he's facing towards his own goal. He doesn't need to make any connection there.
And this may be what Indonesia need. Something out of nothing.
When you've been poor as they've been in this second half, you do rely on set plays to help you out, but you certainly feel that Palestine height that they do have, the ball has to be hit with real quality.
Lily Pally's over it, as is the substitute fullback, Hanusa. Here it is, Hanusa. A little bit of excitement in the crowd as the net ripples, but unfortunately for them, it's the wrong side of the net.
Yeah, the keeper had that covered, didn't he? Very, very comfortable.
Not confident enough to have a go after coming onto the field a matter of minutes ago. Seen a bit of the ball already down this left-hand side. He's missed the header though. This is Dabach. Dabach still going. Argianto. Picked up by Lily Pally. And he was convinced he was offside, I think, there, off Main.
Well, it certainly shows what he can do there. Brilliantly brought that down. And that little Cruyff pass through.
Well, he's Dutch after all. Indonesian father and a Dutch mother to the man born in Arnhem. He started at Utrecht early in his career. Here he is on the ball again. Stefano Janša Lillipali, the Indonesian number 10. Ball into the centre. Options here as he cuts back, looks to get the shot away. Lillipali was desperate for the ball on the edge of the box and it didn't come to him. Now Zulfiandi. This is better though. Took the free kick a moment ago. Hanusa swings the ball across, but swings it far too far. And Palestine, with 15 minutes to go, have possession once more.
A disappointing final ball there. And Hanusa just there, when you got time, you have to hit a slightly better ball than that. Maybe just need to move it a little bit quicker in the final third.
Reason to be optimistic though, a little more than a few minutes ago for Indonesia.
I mean, 15 minutes, you probably have to put your fullbacks up a little bit more. Maybe sacrifice someone at the back to really play on the counter-attack.
Well, this looks better already. Got behind his man, the sub Al-Mayin. Lillipali's in the centre and he's Rashid to clear it for a corner.
He did really well there, Rashid. Lillipali's saying he's filled his shirt's being pulled. First time they got Al-Mayin into the game in that final third, turning the back four.
Lillipali turning straight to the referee, and well, after the penalty that was given in the first half in the same box, you might as well ask the question. That's got the crowd going though. This is what they need. Ariyari takes the corner quickly. Argianto, it's a poor ball to try and find it. So they need a way back into the match, but they have to cut out the silly mistakes. Here's Gavin Kwan with the throw. Finds Stefano Lillipali. He waits on the edge of the box. This, by the way, is Al-Mayin again. Al-Mayin wanting a corner. It's only going to be a goal kick.
Swept that a little bit too easily.
Still time for Indonesia, but Palestine are going to make a third and final substitution. And it's going to be Mohamed Obaid, who started their last match, to replace Mahmoud Yusuf, pardon me. Mohamed Obaid, the 19-year-old, who's the youngest player in the squad. Born in September 1998.
He's done good in parts, Mohamed Yusuf. One or two good touches in that final third. Especially in the first 25 minutes of the first half, I thought he was excellent. Not really got the ball in enough in this second half to be influential in that final third, so no surprise the change being made.
Obaid on then. See what he can produce in the final 11.5 minutes of this match. Pressure on Indonesia here in front of their home fans to try and pull a result out of the bag. Tries to play the ball forward, looking for the contact. It was Route 1 stuff. Decent ball in, Lillipali making the run. And again, we'd hardly seen him, but almost appeared out of nowhere.
I don't know why there he doesn't, why he used his head. Scored a great goal in the first game. Similar, really.
It's from Dani with the ball in.
Has to be using his head there. It's a very difficult technique to try and use the outside of your right boot. The ball coming over your shoulder. Tailor-made for a header. Quality ball, though.
player of his quality, a man who played for the Netherlands under 17 level, that has to go down as a missed opportunity. And a chance that came out of nowhere. Watching the final 10 minutes. The referee says no foul. Rashid. Palestine with Farawi now. Finds Abu Warda. They're content to go all the way back to Termani. 23-year-old Abu Warda again. And for them it's keep ball, isn't it now?
Yeah, it's really important now that just don't give away the ball in pool areas. I'm not saying that Indonesia have been great on the counter-attack in this second half, but just for that one opportunity there for them to really almost equalise.
Ramdani, who put that ball in a moment ago for Lili Pali. Certainly aggressive and enthusiastic since coming on. Hanusa. On back straight away, and here's Abu Warda now for Palestine. Dabah's made the run. Dabah is going to profit off it. Here he goes, he's got one man in the centre. Dabah waiting, looking for support, try to find it. Only find the foot of the defender. Palestine has still had the opportunity there. Maraba. Baid's in the centre, the substitute. And here's Abu Warda, man who started the move 2 minutes previous. Al-Badari. We'll go all the way back as far as the goalkeeper. Just to remind Rami Hamado's in again. Nothing to do in the second half, really. Zulfiandi for Indonesia. Looks to find Lili Pali. Lili Pali looks good here. Gets his shot away. But it needed better than that, and he had support.
He did again, and just a decision making in the final third is not good enough. Quality ball through, not done that enough. But Lili Pali wants it, but you need another pass in that area.
It's almost hit and hope there from the number 10. In the meantime, it's not looking good for the number 8, Hargianto. Talked about the conditions tonight, very warm. And they've used all of their 3 substitutions. This really would be a kick in the teeth to have to finish with 10 men. Hargianto requires treatment, and the train has been waved on. He wants to keep things moving as quickly as possible. It's been a frustrating night for him.
It has. Nowhere near good enough in the second half. Periods of the first half, they were okay. I thought they reacted well from going a goal behind.
There's that penalty decision in the first half. Darwish missing it, followed up by the big number 9. Then the equaliser. But right at the start of the second half, Darwish hitting home. And that's how we stand. Indonesia 1, Palestine 2. Mohamed Hargianto, his midfielders who's been up and down all night long. To feel the force of the 83 minutes, almost 84 on the field.
They conceded last time, didn't they, when they had 10 men.
This time there's no change to bring on. There'll be a Palestine free kick as Dabah is fouled. It's going to be Abu Warda now to take. Palestine, well, they're going to shove 4 or 5 men up there. One of them, of course, the late goal scorer the other night, Abdelatif Al-Badari. Goes and takes his place up on the far side wearing number 5. Abdelwada's ball in. It's aimed towards the header, straight at the goalkeeper. Disappointment from Maraba. We might have thought he'd made it 3-1.
Yeah, it should have been 3-1. Free header that far out. Got a great connection on it.
Indonesia may consider that a let-off. Certainly if they manage to do something at the other end now, as Hargianto's back on the field. 11 v 11 once more. This now is Haryadi. Looking for support. He'll find it eventually with Hanusa. Decent ball forward. Zulfiandi now. Opportunity here for the Indonesians. But it's a vital interception. And Palestine managed to squeeze the ball away. Shows you with the scoreline still at 2-1, anything can happen.
First time we've seen a midfielder centrally make a run into the box. The ball held up, you play it back, then you play it through, and you've got a midfielder. Zulfiandi making the run. Haven't done that at all. It's been too predictable.
2-1 the scores. We're into the final 5 minutes. Second half of a Group A game that has been very, very strange in terms of momentum shifts and little spells for one side and dominance, but with plenty of mistakes from the other. Here is Palestine. They've had most of the possession, but could also be accused of plenty of waste as well. Here's Dabach. Tries to play the ball forward for substitute Kumbor. It's in the arms of the goalkeeper, Ardiyasa. It going with Saputra. Now Hanusa. Here's Pranata. Gets the ball back. Zulfiandi. That's the man who was at the centre of that last move in the box. Thanks to Hanusa again. To Athmain, who's been a willing runner if nothing else. Time's running out here for Indonesia. 3 minutes of normal time remain. Palestine have the ball. It's Farawi. Rashid having to make the challenge, but he'll want to be very careful on that yellow card. Time to take the ball down there unchallenged. This is Kumbor. Holds it up well, turns and up. Free kick all day long. Yellow card.
Certainly deliberate obstruction.
Sadil Ramdani just pulls Kumbor back. Then more time with Palestine at the ball. Another set piece for them. This time which Indonesia could force what you'd have to say now is an unlikely route back into the game. Mohamed Rashid with the ball at his feet. Palestine through with 3 bodies forward. One of whom here is Obaid. Ball played into a central area. To the way, only as far as Dabach. Collective groan there from the crowd as Abdelwada picked it up. Obaid. Kumbor in the centre. Dabach, who's dropped to this right-hand side, but has been equally effective. Looking to win the free kick there. And it's gone his way.
He's done really well tonight. I think he's worked tirelessly. Unselfish performance for the team. Been asked to play the lone striker role centrally, then he's been asked to go on the right-hand side. Reacted well to the penalty miss to get himself that goal. Just 2 key passes there for Indonesia. They just gave away far, far too cheaply. I don't think it's really been a second half of real quality, just apart from the goal that's been the difference, in my opinion.
I don't think will have had the whole of Asia on the edge of their seats, this one tonight. Plenty of drama, no shortage of that. Had the strange penalty decision. They're struggling with injury as well. The swings of momentum back and forth as Palestine come forward with another set piece. This time not particularly well delivered, as we're approaching the end of normal time. That says it all.
Yeah, certainly plenty to ponder.
There'll be 3 minutes of additional time to be added on. That's the fourth official, Kim Dae-yong, holding up the board. 3 minutes in which Indonesia will have to try and club together everything they can to get an equaliser, and you can hear the crowd. They can see there's a Palestinian player down. They have to carry on here, however. Ramdhani for Indonesia. Ramdhani into the box now. He has 4 men there waiting. Can't find a single one of them. It's Kumbo now, who does his best to shield the ball. And the boos you can hear. Because the player down requires treatment. There's this cramp. He looks to be in pain.
Yeah.
Also looks to be rather unhappy the ball wasn't put out. They'll be friends again when the whistle goes. Well, time ticks away. Palestine with their man down, are being told by the referee that if he wants treatment, he'll have to get it off the pitch. Sami Maraba, the man who's down there. There's Ayman Sanduka, there's Sami Maraba. Rather predictably doesn't require the stretcher. I'm sure we haven't seen the last of him tonight. Another minute ticks by. Indonesia needing an equaliser. Ball launched forward, but it's launched out of the box quickly by the Palestinian defence. Al-Shab, the man winning the header. It'll be an Indonesian throw. Back comes Maraba. Palestine are back to their full complement of 11 players. Ramdhani for Indonesia. First just about saved, and Sahanusi now can get the ball into the box. Palestine, I expect that to be meat and drink for them. As Gavin Kwan looks to keep it. Can he get his ball in? It's a poor one. Straight onto the head of Al-Badari, who clears. The 3 added minutes are up. Palestine with the ball out, and they can come away with this now. It is 4 against 2. Opportunity to bury things, maybe. Shot from distance when perhaps there were better options on board. And well, it's Ardiasa who saves. And that's been a frustrating night for the purists. One of drama in Group A, and one that looks like